Today we're going to be planting some autumn / winter garlic and onions. Just a quick talk about when they arrive. Make sure you order autumn if you're going to plant, obviously for the winter months. If you're going to plant normally like March or something, you ordered spring planting. Now they'll come in a bag like this sometimes, well the ones I get anyway, and they'll come as a full garlic bulb, and you need to separate that into individual cloves. Careful not to damage the bottom end of it, which is this end. Now, this is just a part of the bulb. So when you get your bulb, it'll have a wispy bit on top and the bottom. You need to be planted that way in the ground. Same as onion sets, they're exactly the same. Yes, you'll get your bulbs, and then you'll carefully break them apart. If you damage any, don't worry about it, just put them to one side and use what you've got. You know, or have a row of part damaged ones and see if they grow. They might rot, see what happens. If there's any that look dodgy, don't plant them. Onion sets, you know, these come in a bag. These are onion radar. I've got another variety, something yellow. I'll put the varieties that I'm planting in the comments section below, or at the end of this video. As far as spacings go, you can do, you know, 3 to 4 inches apart in rows, 12 inches apart. But I prefer to do mine 6 inches in all directions. So basically, every 6 inch, I'll put one in rows 6 inches apart. It works alright for me. You know, but if you've got a lot of weed problems, a slightly wider gap is better for hoeing down. So 6 inches apart, it works alright for me anyway. So it's trial and error. Right, so we'll start off with the garlic. Right, after you've separated your garlic bulbs, you need to select the best cloves that you've got, the biggest ones. So you won't plant them all. You can do, but try and organise them so you've got like a row of good quality ones, and then just have your not so clever ones at the end on their own. I've marked on the edges of my bed, my 6 inches apart, and I've got a plank of wood here with 6 inch, well, marked every 6 inches. Now you can use a dibber, which is just basically a pointed sort of, well, tapered piece of wood for pricking a hole, or the good old-fashioned way, the finger. So first, I'm starting about 3 inches away from the edge of my bed. I'll put the first one in here. Now all I've done is I've just put about 1 inch of compost on top of this bed. Do not force them down, otherwise you'll damage the bottom end. Right, let's finger in. Little hole, pop it in, and just leave the little tip showing, like that. And then you do that for the remainder of your garlic bulbs. Right, these are my onion sets. Same with these, empty the pack out. Any that feels soft, discard them. You need to feel quite firm. And these are planted the same way as garlic, little tiny hole, tip of it just kind of showing up, just beneath, don't bury it. The way that you plant them, there's obviously a root end and a stem end, so I'll put the camera a bit closer, but I'll move this so you can see. Right, so that end there, look at the onion. That end goes in the ground. That end is what's poking up. So, same again, 6 inches apart each way. And then just begin planting. Same again, don't force them down. some people snip the tip off. I've never needed to bother. The skin softens up, you know, and a fresh sheep just bursts out. You don't like to be really wet, so you need to make sure you know, your bed's not like a mud bath. It's rumoured that, you know, don't do it in somewhere that's just been manured. But I think if you've manured it, you know, a few months ago, it should be okay. Growing onions from seed, it's pretty straightforward really, except you're better off starting them earlier in the year indoors. It is a lot easier and you get more percentage of germination from sets. All I tend to do when growing from seed is I'll grow them in a pot, and then when it's time to plant them outside, I'll pull the pot out and I'll separate each onion. And I just make it a little trench and I'll lay each seedling in it. Same spacings apart as these, and then I'll fill the trench. Don't worry about the laying over flat, because as soon as you get the sun on them, they'll all stand up. If you bury them too deep, you won't form the bulb. You know, because the bulb more or less sits pretty much, well, at least 50% sat on top. Garlic's different, garlic is under the ground. That's why you never know how big your bulbs are. It is a good idea, I suppose, to use bulbs that you've grown yourself on your plot and use in your soil. Now, sorry about the noise, I'm not close to a road really, I'm about 200 yards away. It's just this camera picks up a lot of the background noise. When I've planted all these, I'm going to cover them up with a net. Not a big arch, I don't think. I'll just to cover some netting over it, because with all these little tips poking out, birds tend to come along and try and give them a tug and pull them out. So once they've had a while to grow some roots and grab in, which doesn't take very long, they should be okay then. So yeah, just any type of net, it's just to stop the birds. It doesn't have to be high or anything, just a little net, just till they've, you know, latched onto the ground. So that's how you do your onion sets and your garlic. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.